So this is going to be my first video that I'm going to make for my son's webpage. It's a basic discussion of what started in December 31st to make me believe that I could catch 51538 up there at the top. I had a certain way of playing the game, and then it kind of changed in February, and that's what I'm going to explain. Anyway, so this was at December 31st. He's only moved up less than 100,000 since then. I think he's at 86 now. I've moved up a little bit more than that. I was number 8, but yeah, so this is the process they kind of went through. The goal around this time was right around 10,000 a day, and I was seeing if I could up it up to like 13,000 a day or something like that. And I was racking my brain trying to figure out how to do that based upon this. Now, if you look at this, these walls, the wall on the right, there's another wall on the left. They were a pain in the butt to make, and they drove me crazy. The straight up and down was very difficult. You either used a lot of Dr. Solves or you did it by hand. Either way, they were taking forever. On days that I was building the wall, at best, I was getting 4,000 or 5,000 that day. And it was tedious and it was annoying. I think one night I had a night where I got like 9,000 in 6 hours. I was flying pretty good, but my eyes got so blurry that I had trouble seeing for like the next 2 or 3 hours after that. And I was like, yeah, I got to do something. One of the things I did was I realized that this blue and white wasn't good, so I swapped over to this one. I saw it on a video. I was like, ooh, I bet you that's pretty good. Notice at the top there I did a buy-in up to 32. That was I got the 2-for-1 sale where you got 24,000 for $70. I was like, ooh, I'll take that. But I really didn't know how to do anything with it, and but I still had the goal of 13,000. I couldn't figure out how to get over building those walls on the side. It's very frustrating. Anyway, then a car wreck happened, and I don't really talk about those things, but yeah, that was January 20th and 21st, and that was after January 21st, I was kind of in shambles. I really didn't know, at that point, I really wasn't sure if I even cared about getting the 13,000 a day or getting first spot. But anyway, this is what I was doing around then. Off to the right is the right of the wall. This is towards the middle, heading towards the left of the wall. I knew that left wall was coming up. And this is kind of how I was doing things, just kind of whatever. I did like the diagonal side of things, but I was still using way too many. Notice it's down to 25,000 already. It was 72 or 32. Now it's down to 25. And I'm like, I'm wasting way too many sector fills just to make this little area. I've got to come up with something better. So this was something better, kind of. It was, instead of making so many lines to do things, I made big line, except halfway through the line, I would start building on its own. And then, so I'd like put down 10 sector fills, then I'd build, then I'd put down 10 sector fills and then build. And yeah, notice my gems are still about the same, but I don't have anything that's going the other direction. So how do I fill all this in? I really was kind of lost. So this is where I'm at now. It's in a different font, but that's daily. This is all time. Notice, like I said, 51538 hasn't really moved too much, but I imagine once I get closer, I'll see just how fast he really was. I never really watched him when he was playing hard. Anyway, so what, 260 away, something like that, 250, I don't know. Anyway, so this is where I'm currently working, and if I zoom out a little bit, that last seed I showed you was not there. It was actually further over. It was before this up and down line, so I figured out a way to avoid the up and down line. And it happened on, I think it was February 16th when I had my epiphany, and that's when this process started. You know, when that process started, I actually immediately did a buy-in and made this line and this line, and I stopped there. This line didn't exist yet. And the goal was, instead of doing an up and down line, I was going to do diagonals and fill all this in. And I've been in the process of filling those in as needed. But then I came up with an even better idea. And I've been using my excess gems to fill it in. I think there was only one buying. Buying in February to get that first part, and now buying in March. And this is what I started. Notice I'm at X of 171. Each one of these lines is 50 right there. So 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550, so somewhere over 600. So I haven't been using a lot of my sector fills for that. And I did do the one other buy-in, but that's a 600 sector line right there, sectioned off by 50. That matches up with this line, which I didn't number, which eventually leads me right down here. So I figure once I get close to him and he starts moving, I'm going to start filling on another line here, except this time I'm not going to go all the way. I'm going to do a little bit and then come down and make another one of these squares and keep doing the square, or the big diamonds, I should say. Diamond sectioned off, whatever you want to call it. So I'll go to here, and then I'll go to here, and then I'll fill them in as needed. But I'm pretty sure that that'll be enough to catch up to them, I hope. Anyway, so that was the strategy. Started in February. It is currently April, and we'll see how it goes. See how well I catch them in this last 200,000. See what it's going to take to go all the way. Here we are, April 23rd. If you notice the difference, I'm about 50,000 points away from him. He has started playing again. I know today, let's see, there I am, somewhere around 14,000. I think he's around 9,000, somewhere 9,600, I think, somewhere in there. Yep, there he is, 52, about 9,600. There's the current map, still the same circle on a diamond. You can see the circle forming. On the sides, I decided to start doing mazes. That's what I call them. The big difference for me, I don't know how that glitch occurred, but it's kind of funny. The big difference is when I first started, I had no idea that the solve neighboring sectors meant that you could solve the neighboring ones and it uncleared. I just automatically watched the ad. What that did for me is it would always break my tempo. And, you know, anybody that plays a lot knows that tempo is really important. So now that I'm doing better with my tempo, for lack of a better way of saying it, I've kicked it up to about 15 to 17,000 points a day. Today's a day off, so I think I'm gonna do a little bit better today. I don't have anything scheduled for me. I already got the shopping all done. But anyway, April 23rd, within 50,000. If he doesn't score anymore, it's 3 days. If he keeps going, who knows how many it'll be. But anyway, that's what I got for you, April 23rd.
Right now, it is, 28.
That's about 4 blocks I gotta finish and we'll be in first place, but I want to show you something first. Maybe moving closer will help do things. All right, I finished the second block. I'm now over 42, right?
Yeah.
We'll get a couple more in just to make it official, because technically right now I should be in first place. But my guess is that it's my guess is it needs a little time to catch up. All right, there's another one. Oh. Finally hearing the sound effects up on the main screen. I'm up to 69. All right, and That brings me to 83. All right. And let's see if there's any other. Oh, there's a nice easy one. Let's do one last easy one. All right, that brings me up to 98. Okay. So let's see if I'm in first place.
You are in first place.
I am in first place. Did I put in the work?
Yes.
Like 11 months of work, didn't I? All right. I don't know how long it'll stay that way, but right now I'm in first place. So what's the lesson?
Should never give up?
No. Somebody's got to put in the work, right?
Yeah.
The question becomes, is where do you put the work in? You know, the guy that's best at this, he's putting his work into his life. He's going to college. Every now and then he plays. Okay. But Daddy's already done his work, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So that's why I get to play a little bit more than him.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay.
And you could say Daddy is number 1 at Minesweeper. But am I the best?
Can you
No? All right.
tell Daddy congratulations and great job
Gee,
sweeping?
gee.